Hello, this is wmpyr. For this video today, I would like to talk about, give you some ideas on how to progress in the martial arts style that I am presenting to you guys on YouTube, which is basically my interpretation of the Filipino martial arts. Okay, so, pretty much just like any of the Filipino martial arts, we start off with double and single sticks. So this is the eskrima sticks. They're made of rattan, burnt rattan, and I think they're very, very good. I recommend them because they're light and it's easy to pick up the good, solid foundations, the core techniques that you're going to need. You know, the angles of attack, the sinawalis, and doing drills with other people. They're sturdy enough that you could hit stick against stick and get some good partner drills in there. And then also recommended is you actually hit stuff like poles, a dead tree, a tire, and in my case, I really enjoyed hitting a beat-up old sofa, which I got the idea from watching one of Jeff Speakman's movies. So those are all really good ideas to take your training kind of to the next level. Another thing that you could do also is to train on different types of terrain. Very, very important. Beach, grass, rocky areas, also streams, things like that. I see some of the Filipino experts over there doing stuff like that, training in crazy terrain and stuff, beautiful terrain. Another thing also to take your training a little bit more on a realistic next level, I think, is also for improvised weapons, try different size sticks, okay? Once you've developed the core, because first of all, when you start off, you don't want the sticks to kind of like go against you. You want the sticks to be comfortable and relatively light and easy to handle. Okay. Once you get better and better, then you could start challenging your stuff and use heavier sticks. The ones made for combat are heavier. They're denser, a little bit longer. You could use stuff like that, and also, like I said, for improvised weapons, you never know what you're going to find on the ground, and it may not be exactly the same as what you're used to. So you want to get, comfortable using different sizes, different shapes. Like this one is a PVC pipe that I actually found while jogging at night one time on the street. It was just right there, so I cleaned it up, and I've been using it for training. You can see the difference in the thickness. And this is a lot heavier. It feels totally different because it's also hollow inside. But the length is actually very, very close in length. So, this is a very good improvised weapon. And if you have two sticks like this, different size, different shape, I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. Now, both of those are sticks, but what I mean by different shape is something like this, where you might have like a screw or, a different type of pipe. And that changes the dynamics a bit too. But once you get used to the eskrima stick training, and if you're serious about improvised weapons, then I recommend that you start doing stuff like that. Another thing, another area to me that is important is the training knives. Okay, so you could start adding these into the curriculum as well. So you could go single, you could go double, and then of course you could go stick and knife. And then this is basically espada y daga, which to me is historical, Filipino martial art wise, to me is a very, very important aspect of that style and that culture, I believe. Okay, so from there, now a lot of people are very comfortable there and they don't leave that. They stay there, they don't want to go to live blade because maybe they feel it's too violent. Maybe they don't ever plan to carry an actual live blade and they don't want to cut anyone, all right? Which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you do decide to go to live blade, okay, I think it's really fun. And if you don't, you're kind of missing out, because to me, the Filipino martial arts the eskrima stick is very predominant there, but it's a blade art, So even, I'm not saying that you should carry it for self-defense or anything like that, just for training's sake. And if you do it professionally, under guidance, with safety as the most important thing, and also after lots of practice, so your hand-eye coordination is good, then I recommend live blade I think it's really fun. It's exciting stuff. All right, like for me, this is the machete, and then also knife wise, you have something like this. You know, basically a standard shape. All right, relatively straight, easy to use in multiple grips. All right, and you could practice with the live blades. You could do, you know, your Heaven Six and you know, other techniques that you have been practicing, and I think that is very, very important. So once you start doing that, okay, the next level to me is now to go into specialized weapons. Okay, specialized weapons is stuff like this, which I showed you. Um, what makes this special is it has features that a standard eskrima stick does not have. It can do things that a standard eskrima stick cannot do. This is a little bit longer than a standard eskrima stick. It tapers a little bit towards the end here. This is my African walking stick, by the way. And this is a hard knob right here. So first thing with improvised weapons is, I think the goal is, whether you're using an African walking stick, a tomahawk, you know, karambit, balisong, anything like this, the first step to me is to use it as an improvised weapon. So what that means is you're trying to apply as much of your eskrima stick skills to the improvised weapon, okay? Now sometimes you can't. You're going to be limited, or you're going to have to, only very little translates, maybe because it's a huge umbrella, okay, or whatever. It's not exactly the same, all right? So in that case, there's only a limited amount, but you have to work with it and learn how to transfer as much as possible to the improvised weapon. After you get used to that, the next level would be to start applying specific techniques that only this specialized weapon can do. For example, using the knob right here. You know, with a karambit, it would be, you know, the flipping, this kind of stuff. Okay, that kind of stuff. With the tomahawk, it would be using the spike back here, using the flat area like this. You know, using this area to hammer and stuff like that. All right. With the balisong, it's obviously going to have to do with deployment and using, you know, the different, you know, the double handle right here. Okay. So those kinds of techniques come after you've developed the fundamentals and after you've actually are applying that to the specialized weapon, because if not, then those things like using the curved blade, the karambit, is nothing more than a trick. All right, because this comes alive after your fundamentals. You know what I mean? So your core is there, and then from there it stems out, it branches out. Okay, so you can't just have a branch by itself. So anyway, that's the concept behind all this. So thank you for watching, and take care.